Good afternoon, people. Today's video is a little different. Most of mine are about hiking and exercise, and my videos are supposed to be about health and wellness, and that goes for the physical and mental parts of it all. Today I want to talk about AFIB. I was doing great with my hiking, making my videos, enjoying myself, doing it for myself. You know, whether you guys subscribe or not, it's up to you. But I really do enjoy hiking. Lately, it came to an end because I suffer from AFIB, and I've had 3 ablations, and they did very well. But 2.5 years later, it's kicked back in. So I just want to do a short video, not too long, don't want to bore you. But anybody else out there with AFIB, maybe some of this could come in handy or be of some help. And if you have ideas, please leave them in the comments. I would like to know what you think, because some of my ideas are a little bit off. For one thing, it seems like when I'm on my phone and my phone is too close to the heart, and I know this sounds crazy, but I don't know if the electronic magnetic fields affect the heart when the phone is that close or not, but it seems like I can kick my AFIB in just about every time I get on my phone. So try it, let me know. I would like to know if it happens to you too. And it happened when I was in the hospital as well. Every time I'd leave my phone off to the side, it's not even the matter of being, you know, if the phone is like 5-6 feet away, it's okay. But when you're holding it, say you got your phone, you're holding it, it's only this far away. Like just for now, I got an app. I don't know if you guys ever have one of these apps. You can hit it, put your finger over it, and it'll give you your rhythm and the pulse. And some of them are pretty accurate. I used to be able to check to see if I was still in decent rhythm, but I'm very symptomatic. I can feel it all the time, every time, and it's so annoying. I can't get away from it. It shuts me down. I can't seem to function very well at all. As you can see, right now it's in rhythm. I'm suspecting by the time I'm done making this video, it's probably going to be out of rhythm. But get one of these apps if you got AFIB. You can kind of keep track of what's going on and how bad it is, along with your heart rate, because if you got AFIB, good chance your heart rate has gone way up too, which of course causes anxiety. And that's what started this whole video today. First time I've ever tried it. I get anxiety because, of course, your heart's an important organ, and if something is out of whack and it's not pumping properly, the symptoms are terrible. You don't get enough oxygen through your system. You breathe funny. It don't feel like you don't feel like you're getting enough air. So, and then of course the anxiety. AFIB and anxiety are partners in crime. They flare up. They feed each other. One feeds the other. And it can be very, very aggravating. And then, of course, depression kicks in because pretty well your life has been taken away from you. I feel sorry for anybody with AFIB. It's not fun. Some people can have it and barely even notice it. Some people have it and don't notice it. It doesn't show up until years later in some ECG that the doctor asked for, or he heard it during, you know, a visit to the doctor's office. And after that, it's you know, they got medication, but medication doesn't work all the time. There's one medication that's very powerful, it works very well, but it's very dangerous, and that's the amiodarone. With amiodarone, you can really, it's hard on the organs. It affected my thyroid. About a year ago, I went into AFIB. but it wasn't the same AFib. This AFib was because the amiodarone that I was on before, which I wasn't taking anymore, messed up my thyroid. And the thyroid messed up my heart rate, because the thyroid is connected to all the other hormones, and it's like the master hormone sort of thing. So when it went, I thought I was back in AFib. And as stupid as it sounds, I was glad that it was just the thyroid, because after that I was able to get rid of it by I was on medication for the thyroid for about 4 months, and then everything right back to normal again. So it was good, happy, everything was awesome. But that amiodarone is a short-term drug. It's not something that they put you on. If your doctor's putting you on, doesn't say that they're trying to find some other solution, well, you better get a second opinion, because basically here I've got good doctors. They put me on amiodarone just to keep me in rhythm until I can actually end up getting an ablation. None of the medications worked for me, and even if they did, they got some shitty side effects. And the last medication they will use, if your doctor knows and is a caring doctor, he will use amiodarone as the last resort. Remember that. It should be the very last resort. But it's too bad it has all those side effects, because man, it works good. It really does. Anyway, what I was going to say is that if you suffer from anxiety and depression, and it comes from AFib or any other thing, I just started using this a couple days ago, and it makes you very relaxed. And I'm not pushing products here or anything else, but CBD oil in capsules. It's the only ones I've got. I haven't tried the other ones, but this one here is 50 milligrams of CBD and 10 milligrams of CBG, which I don't even know what that is, but I'm here to tell you that if you're suffering from anxiety and depression, that is the natural way to go. I would absolutely recommend it. Try it. I don't know what kind of like the potency that you want to go for. This one here, when I took it, very relaxing, but maybe a little too relaxing. Made me a little tired, just a little buzzy for something that doesn't have any THC. And that's the other thing. Try to get something that doesn't have THC. I know THC is great. You wish that you could just go ahead, but I'll tell you, this is almost what started this whole thing. I had a couple puffs of a joint, and my AFib kicked right in. It hasn't gone away since. So THC is not good for your AFib. What else? The phone app triggers, well, not the phone app, but the phone, I think, triggers your AFib. Stress triggers your AFib. Certain foods will trigger your AFib. Exercise is good. I always go for walks still. I don't climb those steep hills or go on 7-kilometer hikes anymore, but hopefully I'll get back to that once I can get my 4th ablation, which is, that's a lot of ablations. Tell you the truth, I'm not sure what they're gonna do. But I'm suspecting it's gonna be a 4th ablation, and after that I'm gonna behave myself completely. No drinking, and definitely no pot. Pot is, THC is a trigger, and I think in some people it's even more so, because they say marijuana, you know, gets rid of their anxiety. Well, if you look up on it, marijuana, if you smoke lots of it, actually causes anxiety. I can almost feel my AFib trying to kick in now. Another handy thing is, I got one of these little toys. Got it the other day. Tells me my heart rate and oxygen levels, because when your AFib's acting up, oxygen levels are out of whack as well. So you don't think straight. You don't feel like you're breathing right. And the anxiety goes sky high. I can tell you right now that I'm feeling it. In my chest, as I sit here. Now, more than likely, it's because I'm surrounded by 2 cell phones right now. And it's miserable. I try to stay away from the electronics. I keep my distance, and it's still a bit of an experiment. So if you guys try it, anybody that has AFib, try it and tell me what you think. Does it do anything? Of course, as you can see, I'm out of whack. And my AFib is, for some reason, coming and going all day long. I'm not in permanent AFib, but I am in, you know, it comes and goes all day. It's annoying as hell. I can't do anything. I can't go out for dinner because the sensation is just miserable. I went on a family camping trip not too long ago there, a couple weekends ago, and I lasted the first day, and the second day I struggled, and by 6 o'clock that night I had a 2-hour drive home. So I chose to go home. I couldn't handle it anymore. It is very miserable. In some ways, I wish I was one of the people that just had it, but it didn't bother them. Have it, but not the symptoms. The symptoms are just, I can't say it again, but it's horrible. And if anybody out there else is suffering from AFib, you know exactly what I mean. You get brain fog, you can't think straight, your breathing suffers, and you know, but to make you feel more comfortable, you won't die from AFib. Your heart goes out of whack and it feels miserable. But the biggest risk, of course, is a stroke. And your chances of having a stroke go up by, I think it's 5 times. So they put you on Eliquis or one of these newer blood thinners. And I don't feel any side effects from that or anything. Makes me feel more comfortable knowing that I'm protected from having a stroke for, you know, at least 75% less chance of it happening. Strokes are miserable too. You don't want to become disabled. So go to your doctor, talk about it, ask them about the CBD. You probably won't know because nobody ever does these tests. But I'm telling you, this video I just had to make a video about the CBD. Unfortunately, it's not covered by Medicare or any other kind of insurance policy. So 30 pills, pretty well $50. So a month's supply. They last, I think, 6-7 hours after you take them. And you don't have to take them all the time. You can take them just when you're feeling anxious and depressed. And it certainly helps put me in a better mood without getting high, which I'm very grateful for. Oh, what else can I cover on this? I wrote some things down. Other triggers. Well, going to a restaurant gives you like a social anxiety. The whole time you're gone out to go to the restaurant or go anywhere, to the movies, whatever, you're worried about your AFib kicking in. You're always worried, no matter where you are, that your AFib's going to kick in, and you're going to have to sit there and smile, bear it, grin it. You don't want to, you know, let people on, you know, it's embarrassing to whine about it to people, so you don't want to tell people. So you try to do your best to look normal, and the whole time your brain is fogged. Because I'm in AFib, my brain is fogged up a bit now. But your brain gets fogged up and you can't breathe properly. You can breathe, you're not going to stop breathing or anything like that, but your oxygen levels go down, which is why I've got one of these now. They're cheap. I think you can get them $40 or something. And then, you know, and another thing, don't freak out if you take one of these because the accuracy isn't that great. There's about a 4% variation between either way. So if your oxygen levels are like 92, it could be 96 or 97, or it could be 88 or 87, but more than likely, for me, I'm around 92. But I don't worry about it because, you know, more likely, I'm not having any symptoms of low oxygen. I'm not passing out. I get a little dizzy, but that's the AFib, because the heart is pumping very inefficiently. Things are not flowing smoothly. So you do get a little bit lightheaded, you get a little bit dizzy. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. Tell me what you think. Try the CBD. Download an app, but don't let it be your obsession afterwards. I have gotten obsessed with checking things and checking things and checking things. And I know I shouldn't be doing it, but I do it anyway. I think it's a natural thing for people to just, they worry, so they check. What's it doing now? What's it doing now? Don't do that. And Googling things is okay, because your doctor, you know, he's not always there. My doctor, he called me the last time. I just talked to him like 4 days ago. He gave me 4 minutes of his time. You get 10 minutes of time at most of you're supposed to. I never get 10 minutes. I get between 4 and 7 minutes, because I look at the phone and I see how long he's been on talking to me. Luckily, because of the COVID thing, they started making phone calls, and now that's just kind of the thing, which is great. I don't have to go to the doctor's office unless it's absolutely necessary. So all my appointments, they just call me at home, and then we just talk. If you're just going to talk to your doctor and he doesn't have to do anything physical, why not? That's great. Love it. Especially if you're suffering from anxiety and depression. But I think I'm going to go in and talk to him, and I'm going to see what he thinks about these. More than likely, he's going to tell me he doesn't know. It's funny, every time you have something, you always say, well, not you say, you read on the package and it says consult your doctor. Go to your family doctor and ask him what he thinks. Do you mix these drugs together? Do you do this? Do you do that? Ask your doctor. Half the time the doctor doesn't even know. And in 10 minutes, he hasn't got time to describe it to you anyway. So we Google things. We look at YouTube videos, and I know there's a lot of them out there on AFib. And I'm even going to pass on some information about another guy that's on YouTube. York Cardiology. Look that up on YouTube. He makes you feel very comfortable about AFib. The way he talks about it and the way he describes it, lifesaver. Just, look him up. I've been following him for about 7 or 8 years now, and he's a great doctor. He's actually a cardiologist consultant, but he also has other people on there. He has an electrophysiologist that has just joined his team, and he's making videos, and you can actually make phone calls, and of course you're gonna have to whip out your credit card, I'm sure, but talk to an actual electrophysiologist over the phone. And if you have any questions, sometimes it's just the fastest way to go. Last couple times I've had to wait for an AFib or an ablation, I ended up having to wait 11 months. And that's 11 months of torture. I just want to hurry up and get it done. If I was a movie star, or I was rich, or I'd be fixed already. He would have came to my house. Well, you can't come to the house. You should see the equipment they use when they do an ablation. But Howie Mandel has AFib. There's some famous people out there that have AFib. President Bush Jr. there, he's got AFib. The new president now, mine just went blank. Oh no, I can't even think of his name. He's got AFib. The new guy that's up there, the old guy that seems to lose track of what he's talking about. Maybe he's in AFib when he's trying to make a speech. That would explain a lot. Anyway, I appreciate you listening. I hope maybe some of this information helps. My channel's all about health and wellness, and I mean the body and the mind are all one unit. The doctor's always working on it for separate things. They just work on the liver, they just work on the kidneys, they just work on this. The mind also controls all of it. You have to look at everything, and the doctors are just starting to realize that now. And you can't just treat one thing. Some things can be caused by thought patterns. The weird thing about thought patterns is that whatever you're thinking is causing hormones to excrete chemicals into your system which cause feelings. And some of these feelings are not good. Other ones are. For instance, you scare somebody. Your heart can miss a couple beats. That's normal. But it is something that happens here that goes through the nervous system to the heart and it causes it to trigger. But it's not the heart, it's the mind. And there's all kinds of things that the mind causes the body to do. I heard a saying one time that the body is always eavesdropping on what the mind is thinking. And that is so true. Because they, whatever you're thinking, anxiety and depression, it comes from just thoughts. You're always worried about things that sometimes don't even exist. There's no reason for it. Like they always say, if there's something you can do about it, don't worry about it. If there's nothing you can do about it, also, why worry about it? Try to tell that to people with anxiety and depression. I know it's difficult to control the mind. If you could control everything, your health would be that much better. So that's my tips on AFib today. And I hope you get yours under control. Don't stay on the medication too long. I know in the United States, a lot of times you got to fork out your own money for ablations, and you guys are very expensive over there. I'm in Canada. I'm lucky. Everything's paid for. You know, it's not completely free. They make that mistake. We don't get free medical. We don't get no medical. I mean, if you can't afford it, you still get it. But most people, if you have a family, it's going to cost you $130, $140 a month for your medical. And that covers you for everything. And if you've got a decent job, it'll even cover all your medications. Most of my medications are like $3, $5. But an ablation here would be about anywhere between $16,000 and $24,000, I think. And in the States, it's quite a bit more. But I'm just glad I don't have to fork out the money for that. Especially since this is my fourth one. I know some of the people in the United States there, you got to sell your house when you get sick just to pay your medical bills. That's terrible. You got enough to stress about. Then you got that, which of course makes you sick. Stress makes you sick. That's the connection. Connection. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of this video today. And if you have a comment, please leave it. If you have the same things happen to you because of certain things that trigger your AFib, let me know. If you have ideas that I could use, it would be much appreciated. All right. Thank you for your time. Stay healthy. Keep walking. Even if you got AFib, it won't hurt you none. Just watch your heart rate going up those long hills and stay exercising. It's important to stay exercising. Even these short walks or walk around the block. It decreases cortisol levels in the system. You feel better for it. Walking is a fantastic thing. That's why I do the hiking videos. I enjoy them. I do them for myself, but I enjoy making the videos as well. So, thanks for watching. Stay healthy. This damn thing never works. It's supposed to be a fancy, yeah. All right, thanks for watching.